Hi everyone. Thank you for joining Parkinson Voice Project for today's online Speak Out Home practice session. My name is Samantha Allenderry. I'm a speech language pathologist and the founder of Parkinson Voice Project. I'm here to help you establish and maintain a consistent Speak Out Home practice routine. Today's topic, Julius Caesar. Everybody say that with intent. Ready? Julius Caesar. One more time. Ready? Julius Caesar. And let's smile with intent. We have to practice smiling with Parkinson. Sometimes we think we're smiling and then we look at the picture and it doesn't come out as good as we thought. So let's practice smiling with intent. Ready? I know it's silly, but it helps, especially if you're using a mirror. Let's go ahead and take a sip of water. No one commented on my background yesterday, and I want to know what you think. Elizabeth worked really hard on that. We're trying to find a background that looks pleasant and professional, and that would also be easy to maintain. When we had the fresh flowers, I can't tell you how much time we spent putting those flowers in the refrigerator every day, trying to keep them alive. But anyway, what do you think about the background, and do you have any suggestions for making it better? Let's go ahead with the first speak out exercise. Lift your voice and speak out. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Really lift your voice while you're doing these. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Again. May, me, my, mo, moo. Connect the syllables. Lift every syllable. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. And one more. We want to stretch out the vowels even more on this one. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. We are in control of our voices. Go ahead and take a sip of water. I'm curious as to whether you can see the live with intent in the little frame. I'm thinking we probably need to make it a little bit bigger, but I thought it would be fun to change up the cues. So sometimes it might say live with intent. Sometimes it'll say speak with intent. Sometimes it'll say speak out more or be deliberate, focus, concentrate. There's lots of cues that mean intent, and it's important that each of you find out which cue makes the most sense to you, meaning when somebody says it to you, which cue makes your speech come out louder, clearer, more expressive. It's different for every person. Let's move on to speak out exercise number 2, the ahs. Deliberately open your mouth and project the ah forward. Ready? Ah. Good. Let's do it again. Keep the mouth open the whole time, and the sound should be consistent. It shouldn't trail off at the end. Let's do it again. Good. Let's do it again. And let's do a short one. Last one. Good. Let's take a sip of water. Somebody asked a question. They sent an email 2 and 10 asking if it was better to use a straw when you drink. It is different for every person with Parkinson's. For some people, a straw will not be good because when they suck, let's say suck the water up, it goes too fast, and slowness of movement is a symptom of Parkinson's. That includes how your tongue is moving and how you're swallowing. So for some people, when they suck out of a straw or drink out of a straw, okay, it goes too fast. They get too much too fast, and then they start coughing. But for other people, the straw is better because sometimes when people take a sip of water, if they don't have good lip closure, the water kind of goes all over the place, all over the mouth, or it might come out. And if you use a straw, it's more directed. But it's different for everybody. You just have to try it out. But so we don't ever want to say no one should use a straw or everyone should use a straw. Just try it and do what's best for you. And also the size of the straw could make a big difference. If it has a wider opening, you might end up taking in too much too quickly. Whereas if the straw is skinnier, you may have better control. Let's move on. I hope these tips are helpful to you. Let me know in the chat. All right, speak out exercise number 3, the glide. Project out an ah and then glide up. Ready? Ah, ah. Keep the sound as ah. Don't let it change to o or or I or anything. Ah, ready? Good. Let's do it again. Try to get all those little notes in there. If you're missing notes in your glide, you might be missing notes in your conversational speech. That's how people end up with a monotone voice. We don't want that. All right, really work to get all the little notes in there. Let's do it again. That's enough glides for today. Let's take a sip of water with intent. For the counting, we're just going to count to 10, forward and backward. When you get to 10, say the number 10 twice, and then we'll go backward. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now somebody also sent an email saying that they are stuttering, and what can we do? Talking too fast or stuttering, what can we do for that? You need to stretch out the vowels. The biggest mistake that people make, and speech pathologists too, the biggest mistake we can make when working with somebody who stutters or speaks too quickly is to tell them to slow down. We should not do that. Because if you're concentrating on slowing down, then you're not speaking out. When you speak out, You will slow down, you will go louder, you'll be more articulate, you'll sit up straighter, you'll have better facial expression. So keep the cue on speaking out. Don't think about slowing down. Do not use a pacing board. Do not do tapping. Do not use a metronome. Okay, don't do any of that. Stretch the vowels. That's how you stop stuttering. So let's count to 10 again, forward and backward, and this time really stretch the vowels. And those of you that have trouble with speaking too quickly, I want you to chat and tell us if that worked. Were you able to count fluently by concentrating on the vowels? Let's do it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're working hard. Take a sip of water. Let me know if that helped any of you. That's what I would be doing if I was working one-on-one with someone, and then we would transition it to regular speech. So it would be, how are you? Very good. All right. The topic, Julius Caesar. Oh, today, sing along right after this session. Elizabeth will post the Zoom link. And it's also on the home page of our website. And if you can't practice live, there is a recording, but try to practice live. In fact, every Thursday, I want you to block 1 hour to work on your speech. Singing is a great exercise for your breath support and your expression and controlling the motor movements, because you're singing along with other people and you have to read or sing at the right rhythm with everyone else. It'll be good for you. All right, read each quote twice. Ready? Beware the Ides of March is a quote from Julius Caesar. Now more intent. Beware the Ides of March is a quote from Julius Caesar. The more you exaggerate, the deeper breath you take, the more you move your tongue and lips for swallowing. Ready? I came, I saw, I conquered. Who said that? I love William Shakespeare. Let's do it again. I came, I saw, I conquered. Next one. I love the name of honor more than I fear death. Let's say it with more intent. Ready? I love the name of honor more than I fear death. Who said that? Did you say Julius Caesar with intent? Make sure every word you say is with intent. Imagine you are performing in Shakespearean in the Park. Ready? Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. Read it again with more intent. Let's pretend your microphone went out. Ready? Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. Who said that? Did you say it with intent? Answer again. Who said that? Now this one. Men freely believe that which they desire. Again. Men freely believe that which they desire. Who said that? Say it with intent. Take a sip of water with intent. When you go through Speak Out Therapy one-on-one, your therapist should have high energy. High energy, very important. If you're working with a speak out provider and they're not doing the exercises the way we do them on this session, and if they're not using high energy, and if you're not making progress, encourage them to apply for a grant, to retake our training, because the deadline is tomorrow. Send them to our website. Don't wait. Make up a sentence with the word Shakespeare. Go ahead, every word with intent. Make up a sentence with the word Caesar. Don't trail off. Make up a sentence with the word march. Say every single word with intent. Make up a sentence with the word Rome. Say every single word with intent. Let's do Dr. Boone's words. Exaggerate, really, really exaggerate the G's, the K's, and the NG's. Those force the back of the tongue to go up. And that's the same movement that your tongue makes when you swallow. Ready? Gu, la, gang, ga, ga. Again. Gu, la, gang, ga, ga. And next. Ku, ka, mangu, ka. Ku, ka, mangu, ka. Ready? Gangla, gangla. And the last one. Kukla, kukla. Take a sip of water if you need it. We're moving on to the bonus reading. By the way, on Monday, we have a special session planned because we're celebrating 4 years of doing these online sessions. I cannot believe it. When we started in March of 2020, I just thought I would be doing this for a few months. So be sure to join us on Monday. All right, here we go. We're going to read this. Ready? Together. Beware the Ides of March. Let's start here. Men at some time are masters of their fates. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves, that we are underlings. Let's say that again. Ready? More intent. Men at some time are masters of their fates. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves, that we are underlings. If you speak too quickly, I want you to do it again. Everybody, let's do it again. We have time. Really think about stretching out in front of you the vowels. That is how you stop stuttering. Also, when you start to stutter, okay, don't keep talking. Stop. Stop and regroup. And then keep going. All right, ready? Men at some time are masters of their fates. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves, that we are underlings. Let me tell you one more thing about stuttering. Do any of you start walking and then your steps get very tiny, okay, like this? So when that happens, you get out of control. So when that happens, okay, if you keep trying to walk, what's going to happen? You're going to fall. That type of stuttering in your walk is very similar to the stuttering that's happening when you're talking. When you start to stutter or talk too fast, don't keep going and finish the sentence. It won't work. Recognize that you're doing it. Try to catch yourself from the first syllable or the first word that starts to get out of control. Stop and then speak out. And when you're walking and that happens, stop and then tell yourself, I have to walk with intent. Let me know if these tips are helpful to you. Thank you for joining me today. One of our therapy and research centers, Tori, from one of our therapy and research centers, will be with you tomorrow. And I will be back on Monday for our special celebration. And then now go log on to the Parkinson sing-along. All right. Thank you, everyone.